Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is what you don't see coming for the week of May 31st, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Sagittarius collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Sagittarius not see coming for the week of May 31st, 2026? What do they not see coming? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do you not see coming this week? Ooh, spiritual hater. And at the bottom of the deck, we have kissing butt. Okay, let's see where we go with this message here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Why is this something they do not see coming this week? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In your energy for the week ahead, we have the Queen of Cups, most intuitive queen in tarot. We have the Lovers. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Page of Cups. The situation, environment, or connection you're dealing with. Boy, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Pentacles, the Devil, the 9 of Wands, and the Moon. Okay. I know that the card says spiritual hater. I don't know if this person is disliking your spirituality, but there's something here this week like you have options, you have choices. Just the fact that you have those, even if you don't know what choice you're making or what direction you're going in, it's like you're sort of standing in your power this week. It's like this person knows that you can create the life you want or manifest what it is that you want. They're experiencing an ending and they're looking at you with disdain or envy. I'm feeling envy here. Maybe like a frenemy who's an enemy, like a coworker that you think likes you but really doesn't. There's something like that happening here. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups energy here for Sag this week. One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Cups is clarified by the 6 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Cups. So there's something here like, despite everything not going well in your life, you're still processing some type of 3 of Swords moment here. And 3 of Swords for me is a sliding scale sword card. So it could be like a minor disappointment in a friend, in a child. You know, you baked a cake and you burnt the bottom of it. Or it can swing all the way to the other side where it's like full out heartache or heartbreak. But it's like despite that, you're healing your heart. You're continuing to work, continuing to possibly learn something new, go back to school. You're staying busy. You're moving forward, or you're doing your best to move forward in a very like emotionally balanced way, despite what's going on around you or what you've just experienced. Tell me about the Lovers card. Tell me about the Lovers card here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Lovers is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the Death card. Bottom of the deck, we have Knight of Cups. Let me get into this message a little bit more. Clarify that 7 of Wands. Let's get some cards on the table. Clarify the 7 of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. 7 of Wands is clarified by the Devil, the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. Why is the Page of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Cups is clarified by the 5 of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Tower. Bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. Okay. Sagittarius, we need to talk. You are staying in a situation, environment, or connection. You're sort of digging your heels in here. And you're saying, this is difficult. And I know my logical mind tells me I should move on from this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to persevere. I'm staying right here. Like in that 4 of Swords in the deck that I used for you, this person's like planted firmly under a tree, arms are folded. It's like, I know I need to leave. I know I need to find another job, another living situation. I need to leave this relationship. I need to stop talking to this friend or this family member. Maybe I need to move and relocate, right? In that 4 of Wands. But there's a little bit of like this attachment style thing here going that is playing into the I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay right here. Even though I have the choice to leave, I know that that choice is an option, or is available to me, but I'm not going to. I'm staying right here. I don't know who this person is here, but there's a feeling here that you have a frenemy. You have someone here who's encouraging you to, this is going to sound so wild. It's like, despite what you're going through, you're trying to stay very optimistic. You're trying to not shut your heart down. You're trying to move on from chaos. You're like, I can do this. I can manage this. You have a friend here who's encouraging you to do that, to stay in this situation, stay in this environment, stay in this connection. This person like kisses your butt. It's a smooth talker. It's someone telling you everything's going to be okay. You shouldn't leave. That's your job. You shouldn't leave. That's your marriage. You shouldn't leave. That's your house. Like, there's someone here who's doing that. However, this is a misery loves company type of feeling. There's also a little envy or jealousy here because they know that you have the ability or capability to move on from this. But because their life is so miserable, they're talking you into staying into something that they know is not for your highest good. So what a bizarre message here you have this week, where there's something here where your intuition is telling you it's time to go, time to move on from this. It's too painful. It's too chaotic. There's an imbalance here. The tower moment here that is occurring is someone talking you into staying in a situation, environment, or connection that does not serve you. And it's because this person doesn't want to see you do better than them. This reminds me, years ago, I had a friend. I was living in Hollywood, Florida, so we're going back like almost 30 years ago at this point. But she was in a very tumultuous relationship. They weren't married or anything like that, but they were living together. And we all lived in one apartment building. It was actually like two buildings that like shared a rooftop, so we would hang out on the rooftop. I'm not sure if that was allowed back then, but it was 1995. So that's what we did back then. And there was another woman who lived in the building, and she had just had like a terrible ending, a terrible divorce. And she was convincing this woman, my friend, to stay in this very abusive relationship. I think he may have been like an addict. And every time he was on whatever he was on, he would become physically abusive towards her. And this woman who would like clean their apartment when they went to work and was always baking for all of us. And we would hang out like on that rooftop and like, again, I don't know if it was legal or not, but have barbecue and all that stuff. This woman was very nice to all of us, always kissing our butt, always like, oh, I'm, the divorcee here and I'm just trying to make some friends and I'm new to the neighborhood. But I don't know what it was. Maybe there was like some karmic tie or something like this, some old karmic debris between these two that maybe went back lifetimes. I don't know. I know I'm going into the well here, but there was something of this woman constantly talking this friend of ours to stay in that really highly toxic relationship because she was miserable herself. She didn't want to see someone climb out of it. You know what I mean? Like, this is a misery loves company. Tell me more about this person. Who is this person? This is someone you work with, you collaborate with. It could be a family member. This is someone very close in your social circle. This could even be someone at work who absolutely hates the job and they know you hate it as much as they do. And maybe the two of you talk about that all the time. But they know that you could go out there and find another job. Like you're fully capable of getting even like a better job, but they're not. And so they talk you into staying. Oh, it's not so bad. But if you left, we wouldn't have lunch every Friday. There's something like that here happening. They don't want to see you move on and do better. They know you can move on and do better. Who is this person? One more shuffle. Thank you. Who is this person? The Celestial Weaver, the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Cups. It's someone who's miserable and they don't want to see you create a new pathway for yourself. Ace of Pentacles, that is the truth. You have someone here telling you to stay in a situation, environment, or connection that is not good for you. They see you grinning and bearing it. They see you staying it and they're like, yeah, Sag, you can do this. You're meant to be at this job. That person is your soulmate. There's something so weird going on here. I need to know a little bit more about this person. I have no Sag in my chart. It is my North Node. So I don't want you to think that I'm doing something extra here for me. It's for you. Anything else we need to know about this person? This is definitely a misery loves company. I don't want to see you move on and do better. I can't move on and do better. So you stay there and suffer. One more shuffle. Thank you. More about this person. Wheel of Fortune. It's a cycle with this person. Every time you get close to leaving whomever or whatever this is, they come in and tell you to stay, that it's not that bad. The living environment, the apartment complex, again, the friend, the family member, they keep telling you to stay tethered to this. Knight of Cups, there's that kissing butt card, and the Two of Swords, bottom of the deck, Three of Cups. This is someone very close in your inner circle. And I have no people cards here, so it could even be a couple of people. It could, I'm getting the feeling it's only one, but it could be a couple of people, and they don't want to see you make a choice to move on. So they convince you to stay in something. It's not the person that's involved in this. Like, let's say this is your marriage, right? And I have no indication that it is. This is not your spouse trying to talk you into saying no. You're at work and you have a job and you don't like it. This isn't the boss that's trying to get you to stay. It's not the actual person that you're having the issue with. It's someone outside of that in your social circle, convincing you to stay, constantly kissing your butt, telling you everything's going to be okay. What would I do without you? Oh, you can't leave. You can't relocate. Somebody wants to see you tethered to this to stay miserable because they're miserable and they don't want to see you do better than them. I just saw the Ace of Cups. That is the truth. 3 cards of advice here. I want to get you 3 cards of advice on what to do with this, because it looks like you continue to stay and persist. And then what the heck to do with this person this week. So I would expect you to have another issue this week with the situation, environment, or connection, or you're talking to this person or people about it. And I want you to really pay attention to how your body feels, because I think your body is going to tell you, oh, why would that person tell me to stay in this, to persist? I think you're going to start connecting the dots here. But yeah, we saw that moon card before, that this is all hidden in the moon. Like, you don't know that this is this person's reason for doing this. One more shuffle. Thank you. How do you deal with this? Empress, stand in your power, whether you're masculine or feminine. 2 of Wands and the Fool. Start planning to get the heck out of there. That situation, environment, or connection. Stand in your power. Begin to plant seeds. 2 of Wands. Begin to discover. Begin to create some plan of the future so you can exit and have a new beginning from whomever or whatever this is. Now, the person that's trying to keep you tethered could be like I said, a friend, a family member. It could be a lover, but it's not the person that you're having this issue with. It's someone outside of that. It could be like a sister, a brother, someone you think is your best friend, but is not. One more shuffle. Thank you. This person, Hangman, it's time for you to see them from another perspective. 7 of Cups and the King of Wands, bottom of the deck, Magician. This person is a manipulator. That's the first thing that I felt here. Yep, there's that Ace of Cups that they don't want you to move towards, and they want to keep you stuck. 7 of Pentacles. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. The King of Wands is the 3rd decan of Scorpio, so they could be a Scorpio as well. But there's definitely a feeling here of you needing to see this person very clearly, like through the smoke screen in that 7 of Cups. They are not your friend. They don't really think that this can work out for you. They just want to see you suffer in it, and they don't want to see you manifest a better life because they know you're capable of doing that and they aren't. Oof. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius, for the week ahead. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.